Fellow Liberians, to many, Mama Liberia has been a single mother. She struggles to make ends meet in the absence of our founding fathers, yet she continues to raise a nation. Mama Liberia nurtures us from infancy to adulthood, despite our rebellion after discovering how prosperous we once were. Nonetheless, she remains resilient and hopeful for a better future for us all. As a country, we've enjoyed over 2 decades of unrivaled peace, which has become the bedrock of our nation's successes today. For Mama Liberia to continue thriving, we must understand that war has no place in our country. We need peace in this critical junction of our nation's history to harvest the prosperity we've longed for. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Liberia is all we have. We are all we have. As Liberians, we must be patriotic and learn to put the needs of our country before our own. As patriotic citizens, we must understand and accept that we need to lay the foundation for prosperity so the future generation can have a head start. We must be willing to sacrifice for our country's future, even though we may not personally benefit. We're called to spearhead positive change. We must be change makers. Being a change maker is not a job or a position. It's a calling, a lifelong commitment of sacrifices with no guaranteed benefits. Change makers put aside their religious, tribal, political, or other differences for the sole benefit of their motherland. Changemakers do not hate. Changemakers do not obstruct peace. Changemakers do not resolve conflicts with violence. Changemakers do not engage in corruption nor tolerate it. Changemakers promote transparency and accountability in government, business, and everyday life, understanding that a corrupt Liberia cannot thrive. As changemakers, we're stewards of our country's natural resources, advocating for sustainable practices to ensure a green and healthy tomorrow for future generations. Therefore, it is imperative that we embrace our civic duties. It is essential for us to actively participate in the democratic process by exercising our right to vote and engaging in constructive dialogue to bring about positive change. We must uphold the peace. Despite the challenges that may arise in the upcoming elections, I'm hopeful of our country's future. As patriotic citizens and change makers, I know we will prioritize unity, peace, progress, and our beloved Mama Liberia above all else. It is who we are as change makers, and it's exactly what our country needs. So what's your role in rebuilding our nation, fellow change maker?